funny that the airlines have come together and said, you know what, we're tired of.
But on top of this too, why are we acting like it's only black people? Like, come on. There's hella Hispanics that wear pajamas and bonnets. Your bonnet is my damn. Your bonnet is my business. Sorry. Video by Chrissy comments. Now, as a black person, you understand your parents saying, hey, don't go out there with that bonnet, you look ghetto. Or you might be a black person yourself and be like, I'm outside with my bonnet. I don't give a fuck. That don't change me. I am who I am. How do y'all feel about this bonnet situation? Are we wearing bonnets? Are we not wearing bonnets? We gonna get straight into this video. I appreciate y'all for watching. Hype my video. Let's get straight into it.
She been comment me.
Hey guys, and welcome back. So as you know, it comes with the territory, right? Whenever you upload content or share your opinion, people are going to comment on it. And sometimes you get good comments, sometimes you get bad comments. You're always going to get a chicken head. And a chicken head came through in my last video. And I was talking about how I had a hat on, how I normally don't wear hats in my video, but my hair was not hairing that day, and so a hat was had. And I made the comment of, you wear a hat instead of a bonnet. Well, that usually gets under a good amount of girl skin, because we got 50% of the girls that agree with me, put a hat on your head, and the other 50% are the bonnet wearers, the public bonnet wearers, okay? Not at home, but in public. Not to go take the trash out or to go get your mail, right? No, I'm going at the grocery store. And so one of the bonnet wearers has told me that I need to worry about my damn self. Why am I worried about what's on somebody's head and worry about my damn self? Well, let me tell you.
Do y'all like bonnets in public? This is what I would say. I don't mind bonnets in public. The only thing is that I don't like the stereotypes we already have as black people, the prejudice we deal with just walking into a Walmart already, and I'm getting looked at. So when I walk in, and it's not being anti-black. Okay, Donnie said public bonnets are trashy. I'm not gonna say I fully disagree with you. I'm not anti-black, but I don't like giving people excuses to stereotype us the way that they do. I already get stereotyped as a black man, a big black man at that, walking in the store with a hoodie on, walking through a neighborhood with a hoodie on. And y'all would tell me, the black ladies would tell me, take your hood off, be safe, look personable, you know what I'm saying? So when other people tell you, hey, take the bonnet off, why is it, but this is my bonnet. That's not being anti-black. That's being, we know how the world treats us and sees us, so act accordingly. But sometimes when it comes to the bonnet, it's like super hard to get that through. Wear your bonnet. I don't care. It just sometimes gives off the vibe where, okay, black people are lazy and dirty. Loud, lazy, dirty, and they steal. When you walk in and someone stole and does all this crazy shit with the bonnet on, and I walk in with a bonnet on, now that label and that personality is characterized on me. And a lot of people aren't understanding that. So in that sense, yeah, bonnets are trashy. In that sense. That's how I feel though.
Girl, okay?
As a black man in California, I don't know if state to state, if it differs, I don't know.
You worry about my damn self. I worry about myself so much.
Appreciate you, Donnie, for the perspective though.
That's why I call you lazy asses out. And that is why I call those nasty bonnets in public out. I don't care if you're mad about it. Sorry, you look a mess. You look a mess and we're judged on it. And that is point blank period.
Oh my goodness, hold on. I'm gonna show y'all this. Y'all can see this.
Bottom line. So I say all that to say, which is, I absolutely have a problem with wearing bonnets in public. I did a video about this a while ago called Bonnets and Pajamas, talking about Kim Kardashian letting her girl.
Bonnets, I feel like I don't understand why everybody that wears bonnets has to be, for the most part, has to be looking. I feel like it looks trash the way you do it. How come we don't see nobody dressed up wearing a bonnet? Because it's like every time you see a body cam, every time you see police or people getting arrested, if it's a black girl, sometimes they're wearing a bonnet. And it's like, y'all, you can't wear nothing else. You're wearing a bonnet. You're stealing from a store, getting caught. I'm walking out of Target, and you wearing a bonnet. Now that stigma sticks with black people and bonnets. Now when I see a bonnet, I'm like, damn, you probably aren't stealing. You're probably not this, but the bonnet, people are going to see you like that. I don't know why. I feel like I'm the only person that got this fear of like having these stigmas put on you and having these stereotypes pushed. Like some people be like Mercedes just said, bonnets are fine. But yeah, if you wear a bonnet, you don't care about walking in the store and people treating you a certain type of way and pushing that stereotype. Because I don't want that for you. But you don't care. I don't know. It's like I wouldn't walk in a thing with my hands in my pants, sagging and shit. And y'all would tell me not to sag because you know how that looks. But with bonnets, when someone says, you know how that looks, it's like, nah, they're okay though. I don't know. It's a toss. I'm 50-50 with it.
Walk around in bonnets and pajamas, and I tried calling that out, saying, that is a bad messaging for the youth. Our kids are already lazy, they can't read, and now we're gonna say it's okay to walk around in bonnets.
No, yeah, I don't care. But that's a thug right there. Stealing batteries and all on Target. You are a bonnet wearer.
And pajamas, which is basic. Pajamas are indecent clothes. It's indecent clothing. And I have a story for that. And I'm not the only person who thinks this, okay? And I harp on this so hard. And I can see why someone would think, why do you care what's on my head? Why do you care that I'm at the grocery store with a bonnet on my head, right? I want to tell you why I care, okay? Yesterday, I had a doctor's appointment, and I go up to the front, I'm checking in, and the lady, she's just nasty. You know, she's just one of those bitter bitches. She's just nasty. You know, just nastiness exudes out of you. And she was like, oh.
How do I delete messages on chat? How do I delete chats?
You were supposed to be here at 3. I said, no, my appointment's at 3:30. And she goes, I bet you have to fill out paperwork. I said, I filled out all my paperwork online through the link you sent me. And she goes, oh, you weren't supposed to do that. We tell everyone not to do that. Well, I said, I didn't get a call, so you didn't do your job. You did not tell me not to do that. So I'm here now. What we're going to do? And she slams a little glass window in my face and goes, I have to talk to my supervisor. Slams the window in my face. So we're already off to a bad start, right? I was about to walk out. I was like, you can keep your doctor. And, I'll write you a review. You can keep it. But I needed that appointment. So I've learned to just, try to not let those people get under my skin. And I just chalked it up to, she was just a nasty person, right? And long story short, I have my appointment and I'm exiting the appointment. And I look in the waiting room and I go, oh. And it is some, I would say some unsavory characters. Not unsavory, but it's your get.
Huh? Respectfully, to all the people who are mad about the pushback on bonnets being worn by black women in public, I have a question. Who raised you with this thing here?
Ghetto-lings, okay? It was a get.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why can't she wear a bonnet looking like this? How come when you put a bonnet on, a lot of times, or 90% of the time, you look like this? Like you don't give a fuck about where you're going. I feel like I wear a do-rag and I don't even wear do-rags out like that. I used to when I was younger and I realized, okay, that's starting to make me look a certain type of way and I don't want to push that stereotype. So I stopped wearing do-rags out. You know what I mean?
Ghetto-lings in there for sure. And you know how I know they're ghetto? Because they're sitting in a waiting room with a bonnet on their head. Okay?
That don't mean you're ghetto.
That's how I know. So, and it hit me that this woman, right, and I could be wrong, but my hunch is that the receptionist, right, has such an attitude and nasty, and even approached me nasty when I'm like, hello, is because she's so used to dealing with lazy, degenerate hood rats.
Okay.
Is because she's...
Okay. To make that assumption is absolutely bonkers. What? She was mad at me because she's tired of dealing with degenerate black women with bonnets on. What? Just like wearing PJs is bad. No, pajamas aren't good with anybody. To me, everybody who wear pajamas look like they stink in public. And there's been a trend in the past 4 years of people playing basketball in pajamas. Even Aaron played basketball in pajamas. Everybody look like they stink. Why are you wearing these fluffy ass, thick ass, non-breathable ass shit outside? You just look sticky, like tacky, and stink. You gonna puff out that stank.
So used to dealing with a certain type of person, a certain group
Yeah, she might be an Uncle Ruckus, low key, maybe.
of people.
We gotta hear her out though. We gotta hear her out.
And remember, okay, I'm not targeting our group at all. I'm using us as an example because it's relevant to that comment. And every race has their group, that group that you don't want to claim. And this is why public appearance
Damn.
and perception.
Black image doesn't matter. Okay, see, this is better. Black people are just more flamboyant. This is nothing's wrong with this. Like all of this is nothing, like from here down is nothing wrong with this. Here is where people would say something's wrong. Actually, this to me isn't necessarily bad. This isn't bad because it's dressed up. They're not wearing they don't look like they're lazy and you know what I'm saying? Like this is better than just wearing like booty shorts, flip-flops, no socks, a crop top, and you just look pissed off, annoyed, and you got a bonnet on. That's what I would say is the bad image.
Is so important because this is how your entire group is reflected, right? You have let's take a racist white person, for example, and you have an encounter with them. You will start to think that everyone in their group is kind of like them, and that's not true. It's just not true. So it's the same thing when it comes to us and our perception, is that when you have a little ghetto-ling with a bonnet on their head giving you attitude, right, with ashy knees and ankles, you're going to start thinking that associating other people that look like this person, that they're all a part of the same group. And we know that. I'm not a ghetto-ling. I'm not a bonnet-wearing ghetto-ling with ashy ankles. You treat me with respect, right? But she didn't know how because she's so used to dealing with the bonnet wears,
It's so crazy for her just to say she got treated poorly because she's tired. The receptionist is tired of black bonnet wearers. That is insane. You're just you literally just created that out of thin air. Doheny, you just made that shit clean up, which is insane. That's not helping your point. I feel like I'm more sitting in reality. As in okay, I know what this does and I know what this looks like, so I wouldn't do that. Even though that doesn't mean it's me, and I don't have a problem with people that do this, I just don't like how people will use this for an example to show how you're black and your blackness show. You know what I'm saying? And if you say, I don't care, you're not bettering being black and you're not helping the future black people. Like if I go to a gas station and there was a Indian guy, I was in Australia, there's an Indian guy, he treated me poorly. He was being racist. He thought I was going to drive off because over there it's you pay, you pump your gas first and then you got to go in and pay. I was pumping my gas. He came out like I was finna steal and drive off. Nigga, I gotta be here. I'm on a visa for like a year. Why would I be on the run stealing gas from you down the street from where I live in Australia? When I'm the only black person, I'm not from South Sudan. I look like this, right? And I still kept my composure and I was nice to him and I was respectful. So, oh, no, I understand. Yeah, I see, I understand. Oh, but I hear my accent. Yeah, whatever. I get you. Yeah, whatever. Because I don't want the next motherfucker who's black to come in and get treated poorly based off of me. So I see what she's saying. But there's still a little bit of Uncle Ruckus in there. I can't lie to you. There's Uncle Ruckus in her tone.
Attitude of having bonnet wearers. And that is why I call out bonnets. That is why I tell you to put a damn hat on your head if you want to know so much, ma'am, okay? So yes, I worry about myself by worrying about what's on your head because you are a reflection of me. And I am so tired. Of having to fight stereotypes all the time. I am so tired of walking into a room having to fight the stereotype that this woman is looking at me because she deals with a woman like you all the time, a damn bonnet wearer. All right, and so that is why.
You see, like, that's true, but for her situation, she just made that up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't because of that. She just probably had a bad attitude. Receptionists always have bad attitudes. It wasn't because of black people and their bonnets.
I call that out. So if you are a bonnet wearer, listen, you do you. Just know that I have
This is what I'm talking about. Why you always look like you don't give a fuck about where you're going when you're like just like this? And I don't see it different when it's white people. I'd be like, why are you wearing a bonnet? Why are you wearing a bonnet?
to now come on the back end and
Mexican people, Hispanic people, why are you wearing a bonnet? It's the same. I'm equal.
combat that negative stereotype, because the bonnets and the pajamas, it gives lazy. That's a stereotype.
The pajamas give lazy. The bonnet just, it depends. But the pajamas are the biggest problem.
Stereotype that we try to fight, right? It gives unkept. That's a stereotype we try to fight, right? And so when you keep doing that, you're perpetuating that, and people will treat you accordingly. And so that woman was trying to treat me accordingly because she is used to dealing with y'all, okay?
Shit, once again, she's making that shit up. I don't think that the bonnet had nothing to do with you. It's like me walking in a room and someone's mean to me and I'm like, oh, it's because there's an Indian guy in here. And she probably got fed up with his smell. That's why, as an Indian, you shouldn't smell, because now I get treated differently. What? First off, that was a crazy example. And second off, that just don't make sense. What? What? She a little bit off the deep end, I'm not gonna lie.
Bonnet wearer.
I feel like she aligns herself more with white people. That's what it gives. That's what it gives.
Ghetto-lings. And I know it sounds harsh, but I'm not. It's just a lesson learned. Comb your hair before you walk out the door, okay? And if you can't, go put a hat on.
Black women, take off the bonnets in public. Take them off. Don't let other people, i.e. other races, tell you that you're fine, be yourself, all of that. No, they're lying to you. It looks low class, it looks trashy, and it looks very poverty.
Y'all let me know. Is it poverty? I see it both ways. I think if you wear the bonnet, why is it always the bonnet wearers that look despicable, down bad, ashy ankles, and you're just like, you look no effort with pajamas? Why can't you wear a bonnet dressed up? Like, oh, I'm just keep my hair together dressed up. But then again, it's like, I don't want to perpetuate this. Black people are lazy, this, and the bonnets represent that. Regardless if it's true or not, that's the stereotypes we're fighting. That's why I stopped wearing do-rags years ago, like in public, because that's not who I am unless I have to wear it. Like, there's a time and place, but people that keep that shit on their head, yeah, I don't know. Y'all let me know.
Very much so. Have some standards. Take more pride in your appearance.
We don't give a damn about nothing. And
If everyone with a bonnet was articulate and competent, they would be treated better, but they aren't. Now, my sister is in this chat. My sister is articulate and she's competent, and she's the one who said bonnets are fine. Donnie, apologize, buddy. Apologize, brother. Cause that's just assuming. You never talk to everybody with a bonnet on, so you wouldn't know that.
I'm talking about black people. Every time I open my mouth, I'm talking about black people, so don't get it twisted. I remember when I was a kid, I used to watch my mom get dressed for work. She took a shower. She put on her little smell goods. She put her makeup on. She combed her hair. She got her clothes out the closet, right, from the hanger. If they needed to be pressed, she threw the iron on them things. She never went outside looking homeless, looking raggedy, looking unkept, and she instilled that in me as well. I'm not going outside looking crazy. So when I see other black women go outside with their bonnets on and their pajamas, no bra, house coat, it just gives, I don't give a damn about me.
Anyway, so this brings me to the fact that I'm not the only one that thinks this. What could it be? What, a news article came out that the Tampa International Airport is now trying to ban pajamas. It's just so funny that the airlines have come together and said, you know what, we are tired of.
But on top of this too, why are we acting like it's only black people? Like, come on. There's hella Hispanics that wear pajamas and bonnets. Just because we started don't mean that we the ones running it. Trust me, them niggas really trying to be in the culture. And the culture is kind of in them too. That's just what it is. At least here in California, like I said. In Los Angeles, I can go down right here, walk down the block, and possibly see a Hispanic or Mexican person, anybody of Latin descent that grew up here, that's wearing a bonnet or pajamas. Literally, I could. But when we think about it, we're talking about black people. So first off, when this airline thing, if she relates this to black people, it's about pajamas, not black people. First off. Second off, I don't know what's second off, but that's what I had to clear
Of
up.
y'all coming in here looking like this. It is so funny that y'all give me the smoke all the time for calling out bonnets and pajamas, but literally a whole airport said, no, put some clothes on. So clearly,
Did they? Did they? Banning Crocs. They said nothing about bonnets. What is she? She's making up. She's fabricating information. It's time to ban pajamas. We've seen enough. We've had enough. It's time to ban pajamas at Tampa International Airport. After successfully banning Crocs and give everyone the amazing opportunity to experience the world's first Croc-free airport, it's time to take an 11 cry. An even larger crisis, pajamas at the airport in the middle of the day. We all know it's a decision that can be disruptive to someone in your life. It's time to have a different conversation with them. You can do this. We and Phoebe believe in you. The madness stops today. The movement starts now. Hello, top of the billboards for us. She says nothing about bonnets here. So what is she talking about?
I'm not the only one that has this opinion, right? Clearly, the public has decided what is decent exposure and what is not. Tampa Airport revealed their campaign to ban pajamas from the premises. After successfully banning Crocs and giving everyone the amazing opportunity to experience the world's first Croc-free airport, it's time to take on even a larger crisis: pajamas at the airport in the middle of the day. They concluded their
What does it say bonnets at, lady?
message with, "The madness stops today." The moment starts now. Help Tampa International Airport become the first croc-free and pajama-free airport. Do your part and say no to pajamas at TPA. Okay, so yeah, my point exactly. So we all know that I don't think they can like ban pajamas, or I don't even think they can ban Crocs, but apparently they are. But that is just going to show you that there are droves of people who
First off, that didn't seem real. The whole banning thing, it seemed like someone made that.
are at the airport in pajamas, and they have decided that this is not public attire that you should be wearing. Just like, hey, guess what? And you might say, oh, that's too much. And it might be a little too much. Yeah, you might be right. However, there are dress codes at the different airlines. Oh, I have a really good friend who works at one of the airlines, and he tells me stories all the time about how he has to kick people off the plane, or not kick people off the plane, but not allow them to board at the gate because they're not dressed appropriately. They're either, the outfit's too skimpy, there's some stuff falling out, or it has an offensive hat or an offensive shirt or something like that. They have dress codes, believe it or not, and there are people who actually have been told, you need to change or you cannot board. So this is not a new thing. And so the airports, the airlines can decide what their dress code is for their airline. And I guess this airport is trying to really stop the pajama wearing because they're calling it that it's just not.
I think the issue though that she's missing is the fact that the pajamas, she's relaying the pajamas and stuff to black people. I think the video should have been more geared towards pajamas and laziness with bonnets rather than black people wearing bonnets and being lazy in pajamas. I feel like she missed the mark on that point, and people, like, that's the bigger issue. Because me personally, If I see a black person in pajamas and bonnet, I'm like, oh brother, right? If I see a white person in pajama and bonnet, I'm like, oh brother. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're wearing pajamas outside where people are eating, where people are flying. Like, maybe airports are different because pajamas low key you can wear. It depends on the type of pajamas, but y'all know what I'm talking about. The ones that look like pajamas on Christmas, the old school ones, the thick ass ones. It look like a carpet on your body. Those ones, like, you shouldn't be wearing that out. You shouldn't want that for yourself. I don't give a fuck if you're black, Mexican, or an alien. You look dirty
proper
and lazy.
attire for the public. And that's my point. That has always been my point, which is we cannot be the face of pajamas and bonnets because it does give off this sense of, hey, this is improper attire. Hey, this is kind of lazy. Hey, you're kind of unkept.
Like this right here. I guarantee you, if this was a white lady, no one's recording her saying, what the fuck is she wearing? If this was a white lady, cigarette in hand, walking her little ass dog, no one's giving a fuck. I'm gonna be real.
These are stereotypes that we have rigorously tried to stop.
Now I see this and I'm like, why are you wearing this? If it was a white lady, I'm like, why are you wearing this? But I'm saying for someone to record her and be like, black women in their bonnets. If this was a white lady, y'all wouldn't be saying this. I've seen this in downtown Long Beach so many times.
And I'll give you an example.
Coming down from the apartments, they have big ass apartment complexes, and you had to walk your dog on the turfs outside. There's women dressed exactly like that. There's Hispanic women dressed exactly like that. You don't see pictures like that.
Example of the other day that this woman at the bus stop in what? A bonnet and pajamas. And I'm just like, girl, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? Put on some clothes, because how you show up in the world is how you are perceived, and how you're perceived is how people will treat you.
That's true. That's true. And I don't take that away. She's right about that. It's a toss-up. I feel like people should see it like that, but don't blame them for it. Don't say it's only this group of people that's taking all the blame for everybody that's doing it. You know what I mean? There's white people that do it. There's just that do it. I'm not capping Donnie. I'm not capping Donnie Diesel. He said if you gotta have some respect, you gotta have some respect for yourself. If you don't want society, if you want society to respect you, I agree with that. You need to have respect. But at the same time, society can think that all Jews gotta, you know what I'm saying, kick the bucket. Are we just gonna say, well, they're right because it's society? That don't make it right. Without further ado, I appreciate y'all for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I love you to death, boy. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Binge my video, hype my videos. Without further ado, I'm gone.